CBD is a $5 billion industry that Forbes expects to grow to over $20 billion in the US alone by the year 2024. The industry is about to enter the world of blockchain and decentralized finance using unique technology built on top of Constellation Network's Hypergraph that will allow farmers from all over the world to profit from the CBD boom. Today we're looking at Greenheart CBD out of Ireland, who are using DeFi, artificial intelligence and drone technology to revolutionize the CBD industry. So let's get into it. What is up, everyone? Today we're talking Greenheart CBD, a company who have built a highly successful hemp and CBD business, selling both direct to consumer and via multinational distributors with thousands of loyal customers. Now, these guys are already profitably selling tens of millions of dollars of hemp and CBD products every year. And now they're looking to rapidly expand the business by helping farmers all over the world get started growing hemp through DeFi-based loans on top of Constellation Network's Hypergraph. Today, we'll look at how it all works, how the CBD token is involved, and how retail investors like you and me can earn passive income from lending to these new hemp projects. It seems that hemp is one of the most profitable things that you can grow as a farmer, but up until now, farmers wanting to get into this have struggled with a lack of specific expertise and knowledge around how to grow hemp, and also big restrictions on getting funding to start their operations just due to the legal situation in many countries across the world surrounding CBD and hemp. Greenheart are building a DeFi solution on top of the Hypergraph to solve these issues that gives technology loans to farmers to get them set up with the seeds, the state-of-the-art technology, and the specific hemp growing expertise that they'll need to run a highly profitable hemp growing operation. And all of the profits from the farms that they fund will come back into the CBD token economy, and a portion of them will directly benefit investors and token holders. Now, before we get into the specifics of how this all works, keep in mind that this is a microcap crypto project. That means it's inherently risky. So this is just an educational video, and it's designed to explain to you how Greenheart are solving a real world problem with DLT. So don't treat the video as investment advice. So right now, farmers in many less economically developed countries are struggling to make ends meet with traditional farming methods, farming traditional crops. Greenheart want to give them a way to multiply their annual profits many times over by getting into hemp in the most profitable way, and also removing all of the barriers that farmers usually face trying to fund a hemp project. Now, if Greenheart can pull this off according to their roadmap, it should be a win-win-win for everybody involved in the CBD token economy. Firstly, Greenheart will obviously drastically increase their revenue as a company, some of which will go back to CBD token holders. Obviously, the farmers run a much more profitable operation than they're able to right now. The CBD token holders also earn passive income from the lending protocol, which we'll get into later, and DAG token holders also benefit from increased usage of the Hypergraph. And there do seem to be some real incentives for farmers all over the world to get started growing hemp. The Greenheart CBD white paper, which I'll link to below, gives some good examples of what they could potentially earn versus what they're likely earning now with traditional crops. And it's safe to say that a lot of farmers would be better off if they could get going with a profitable hemp operation. Now, we'll take a look at the DeFi lending, staking, and passive income opportunities in the protocol in a second. But first, I want to talk about some of the unique technology that Greenheart have developed, allowing them to farm hemp in a much more profitable way than has been possible up until now. So Greenheart have designed and built a drone technology specifically for cultivating and harvesting hemp crops. The drone tracks things like plant health, it tests the soil, sprays and fertilizes the crops, and also mechanically removes any plants which are detrimental to the overall health of the crop, such as the male plants or any that are carrying disease. All of this is key if you want to achieve higher profits from growing hemp for CBD. So thanks to these custom-built drones and all the data they're able to collect, hemp farming decisions can now be informed by AI and big data, making every step of the process much more profitable for farmers. Greenheart CBD are also implementing end-to-end supply chain tracing through Constellation Network, so consumers can fully verify the quality of their products. So any farmer getting access to this proprietary technology really will be at the cutting edge of the industry and set up to maximize yields from growing hemp on their land. Greenheart, along with CBD token holders, will get a cut of all of this revenue. So we know all of this is funded through Greenheart's DeFi-based lending platform. So farmers can use the loan to get started, and then the profits from selling hemp are used to pay it back, plus interest. Now, the DeFi lending side is where things really get interesting for token holders and investors. So here's how it all works. The Greenheart D app hosts a range of community staking pools and lending pools where users can deposit funds as either stablecoins or CBD tokens to earn a variable APR. These funds are used to provide technology loans to farmers for the equipment and educational resources they need to set up a hemp farming operation with the help of Greenheart's team, or to fund Greenheart's own projects. The staking pools will essentially be digital farms that represent a real-life farm growing hemp. So when you contribute to one of these pools, you're directly helping a farmer in the real world who's working on that specific hemp project. As farms generate revenue from the sale of CBD and hemp, portions of the sales are paid back to stakers in the form of token rewards and also used by the Greenheart team for CBD token buybacks on the open market. 10% of revenue from a partner farm goes directly back into their staking pool to reward the investors who funded it. So $1 million in CBD revenue from a particular farm equals 100K back into their staking pool in the form of rewards. Now, as this process is just getting started, there's only been one buyback so far from one project for $50,000. But that single buyback purchased over 800,000 CBD tokens from the open market, which is more than 0.5% of the total supply in one buyback from one farm, because the market cap is currently low. Now, each pool also has an upper limit. So once a new hemp project has raised the money it needs to get going, the pool will be closed down and the investors won't have their APY diluted by anyone else coming in trying to add to the pool once they see that it's working. The early pools that launched back in 2021 filled up very quickly, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this happen again with any future pools. Now, I like this staking model compared to a lot of what we see in crypto, and that's because 100% of the rewards are funded by real-world revenue and not by token inflation. The token supply is actually capped at 150 million, so the more CBD that's sold, the more rewards there will be, the more buybacks there will be, and if everything goes according to Greenheart's plan, this should create a nice little flywheel effect. You can also hold a Greenheart NFT to get access to increased APY in the pools and also to get bigger discounts on their products. Now, it's important to know that all of these staking pools will have their own lockup periods before you can redeem your tokens and your rewards. In the future, the Greenheart decentralized application will have all the information you need about a potential project, so you can look into it before you decide if you want to fund it or not, and you'll also be able to see what the lockup period is. So it looks like the token has some major built-in utility on the DeFi side, and there will also be some demand on the retail customer side. Retail customers will be entitled to higher year-round discounts if they order through the app while holding some CBD tokens. Also in the app, there will be a marketplace for farmers and distributors who want to sell their hemp products, either B2C or B2B. Now, I do want to talk a little bit more about the tokenomics because I do feel that they're a strong point for this project. Right now is sitting at around 4 to 5 million market cap, and that is the fully diluted valuation, meaning it's counting all 150 million tokens. So most of those tokens are actually circulating right now, minus just a small amount that are currently locked up in older staking pools. So that means there aren't any early investor unlocks to worry about, and we already know staking rewards are funded from product sales and not token supply inflation. For me, that's an attractive setup, because if these guys can actually achieve their vision, there will be a cap supply with increasing demand plus buybacks. Of course, you have to decide for yourself if it fits your risk profile, but I like it. Now, in terms of adoption for the business model, Greenheart have some really aggressive plans to roll this out worldwide, and they've already got partner farms using the system right now, and that's before they've even launched this on the Hypergraph. One of the farms recently onboarded and going through this process is the Forever Forest Farm in New Jersey, where Greenheart are building a US presence. They seem to have multiple other projects lined up in the US too, through a partnership with Hill International, who are a large construction company, and this is to build several more hemp production facilities in the Americas. There are also pending projects in Panama, Thailand, Spain, and agreement to distribute their products through a network of hundreds of retail pharmacies in Europe through a large group called Unifar, along with a few other large distribution agreements across the world. According to their plans, a portion of all this additional revenue will feed back into the CBD token economy to fund staking rewards and buybacks. This project is a prime example of why I'm so bullish on Constellation Network and the DAG ecosystem. Every business that's building a state channel on the Hypergraph seems to be targeting a multi-billion-dollar real-world problem with a huge total addressable market. Now, if you want to learn more about Constellation Network and other industries that are building on the Hypergraph, you can watch the video on screen right now. Thanks for watching.